Hi folks, welcome to the Moving Beyond Being Good podcast by Gary Ryan from Organisations That Matter. In this podcast, Gary shares everything about servant leadership, service leadership, authentic leadership, how to create high performance cultures, service excellence and life balance. Here's your host, Gary Ryan.
Thank you, Sienna. Yes, I am Gary Ryan from Organisations That Matter, and it is a pleasure to be with you here again for the Moving Beyond Being Good podcast. Now, the Gallup Global Employee Engagement Report came out this week, and on one level it's good news, but on the other level it's really sad news. The good news is it's a record score for employee engagement globally, but that score is just 23%. Which actually matches the same score that Australia and New Zealand got for the Employee Engagement Survey report. Now, this is since the Gallup report was commenced back in 2009, and this is, again, a record score. So, yes, that's great. But honestly, folks, the improvement is happening at snail's pace. And one of the key drivers for this, I would argue, is Jack Zenger's research that highlights that leaders aren't getting any formal training, zero formal training, while they're in a leadership role until they're nearly 47 years of age. And yet they're starting their leadership journeys in their 30s, meaning they've got people reporting to them. That's what I mean by a formal leadership role. This is a major driver of the gap in employee engagement. So 23% of people in countries like Australia are engaged, 67% are disengaged but still turning up at work, so they're called quietly quitting their jobs, and another 10% to just under 11% of people are actively disengaged at the workplace, meaning everyone knows that that person's not engaged. Now, you can't tell me that this is healthy for our society. Those people, 77% of them are going home pretty unhappy every day to their families. That has to have a ripple effect on their families. Folks, this is why leadership development is so important. This is why coaching is so important. This is why learning and growing and being the best leader you can be is so important, because your performance as a leader can be massively impacting people's engagement at work. And then that affects what happens at home, and that affects our society. We can actually do a huge amount of positive work by being really deliberate in our approach to our learning and our desire to be, in fact, the best leader we can be. And the best way to do that is through conscious development and growth. So many leaders out there have this view of the world that if I was to actually be honest with people and declare that I'm getting support and getting coached, then there must have been something wrong with me and my competence. Think of any of the best people in the world. Do the best actors not practice? Do the best sports people not practice? Do the best people on stage not practice? Of course they do. This idea that we don't have to practice and learn because we're in work the whole time is completely flawed. I can tell you, the people that I coach, they know how to connect people to purpose that are working for them. They know how to ask questions to work out what development do the people they're leading need so that they can continue to grow and develop. They know how to engage people with the organisation's vision so that they can see how what they're doing today is connected to what the organisation's trying to achieve and why that matters. And they know how to give people hope that there is a future that we're working together to create that is going to be better for ourselves and, of course, our children and grandchildren. These things matter. These leadership skills matter. Folks, if you're not getting coached by anybody, find someone, reach out to me. Even if it's not me, I'm okay with that. But go and get coached. Go and find someone that's going to help you be the best leader you can be, because that's how much it matters. It matters for our society. We need to get these global engagement scores up. Leadership and your culture at work matter, folks. Get developed. If you haven't liked or subscribed for the Moving Beyond Being Good podcast, please do so. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe. Once again, this is Gary Ryan from Organisations That Matter and the Moving Beyond Being Good podcast, and I look forward to working with you next time.